like that, yeah. I like that, yeah. Yeah.
American bully, that's a dream. From XL booties to extreme. Pocket stamping, not left behind. Bullet breathing is a grind, and we don't mind. Pick it up shit, face doing posting. Put in the time, we get left behind. Stand on your 2 feet, no joint in crowd. Stay grounded with 10 toes down. Some get big headed when they win at a show. Some act like Joe, blow some hype for dough. Real breeders are humble, you know. Cause they know just cause you won the class don't mean you won the show.
What's going on, guys? Listen, if you have not hit up on the QBN contest playlist, you really don't know what you're missing. We've actually updated the prize. First prize, you're going to get a full week's paid vacation right here at the Q with me, my dogs, and my yard. Everything I could give you, anything you want to ask is going to be given to you, plus a $500 prize. You're also going to get Nuvet and NuJoint DS. Second place, you're getting $200 to be spent on Amazon, plus 2 Nuvet and 2 NuJoint DS's. Third place, I'm sorry, you're only getting $50 to spend on Amazon, plus a Nuvet and NuJoint DS. If you have not started watching QBN's playlist, we're going to be asking 2 questions out of every video. There's only 10 videos to be watched. If you haven't been watching it, I really don't know what you're waiting for. It's been Raul from the Q. I'll be catching you on the next one. We have a little misting system set up over here. I'm going to show you, and you can do it. So if you're going camping or just need to have it set up, I'm going to show you how easy it is. All you need is one of these garden sprayers you can get on Amazon for $20. One of these little solar generators I got hooked up. Then you're going to need a fan with misters in front of it. And once you got that set up, I mean, this little setup right here says it can run 4 hours. And I'm sure if I put a solar panel on there, it could blow for a lot more. It's a cool little breeze right here, man, with the misters on there. That right, little blueberry? Yeah, sunshine liking it, man. It's been Raul from the Q, and I'll be catching you on the next one. And here we are live, Friday night bully talk. What is going on, fams? That's all I can say, man. It has been a crazy week. And I literally just ended it with some golden paint on the wall. I don't know if y'all can see it, but right over here, right there. I don't know if y'all can see it. But yeah, man. I got bit by a wasp today. That's right. Well, not bit, stung. And that wasn't the only place, man. I got one right in the middle of my back. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. If you want to see an old man run fast, let him get bit by a wasp. You're about to see some serious sprinting action, man. Let me tell you, I was running faster than I was running back in the days when I was playing football. Easily, man. So wifey over here, right? She sends me over to the pool to do something because we got this little robot. Long story short, I got to get rid of it and buy a new one. Anyways, I head on over there. There's a wasp nest, and this one wasp literally was hunting me. Guys, when I tell you was hunting me, bro, I ain't playing. I literally saw the wasp, and so I moved back. And I seen it go behind the little wall there. And I was like, okay, well, it can't feel my vibration. It can't see me, right? So then I got close to it. And next thing you know, I got stung straight in my back, man. Talk about getting lit up. Then I run to my back door. I start banging on it so my wife could open the door, right? My wife was cooking. I don't know if it's all the wives or if it was my wife or it was just that moment or what, but she took her sweet time to open the door. Little did she know I was being attacked by a whole hive of wasps. Well, anyways, man, I got hit up here again. I did hit one of them. I did see it fall to the ground, and I was praying to God she would open the door before he got up. And long story short, man, yeah, man, it hurt. And then to make matters worse, I've been getting nothing but laughed at and bullied by my wife. Yes, my wife got stung by a wasp this past week on a thumb. And she claims that the pain that she felt in the thumb is 10 times worse than whatever pain I could have felt being bit or stung in the back of my back and over here on my forehead, right? And so, I don't know, man. I just been getting bullied for the last hour or so. She said, "Oh, you're nothing but a big teddy bear." Teddy bear. That's what I want to say she said, right? I was like, man, what is somebody supposed to do, bro? Yeah, he wanted a Cubano, says Nadies XLs. Yeah, I've been drinking that Cuban coffee, so he wanted some Cuban coffee for my blood, I guess. Anyways, I'm like, my wife, man, I can't catch a break. She's like, you're just a big wuss. Well, you got bit twice by a wasp, big deal. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Whip out a body part and come here, waspy, bite me and sting me, and then maybe then I can level up to her. Anyways, man, let me tell you, you ain't gonna believe it, but I had a good laugh. I really did. When my wife finally opened the door and I walked in, I was yelling, man. I was yelling because I was trying to fight off. I was fighting off this entire wasp hive. It was about 5 of them, man. But I was swinging left to right. Let me tell you something. Us old dudes, man, I don't know if we can fight a full round because we run out of gas. But we're going to give you 25 seconds of hell. Those 25 seconds, man, we're going to stand up toe to toe. After that, I don't know, right? But, man, let me tell you, afterwards, it was pretty funny. It still hurts, man. I ain't going to lie. Look, and it's now like coming down, like the venom or whatever is coming down due to the gravity. Anyways, man, let's get this thing started. Y'all don't care about me getting bit by a wasp. Let's see. We have a few questions already. I did see a question there I wanted to address. Knuckling over. KL, do you have any experience with knuckling and puppies from front knee joints? Obviously, KL, you haven't been watching us for a long time. I have always said knuckling over is one of the easiest things you can fix. All you got to do is bring down the protein to about 13%. If you want to know how to do that, I suggest you check out some of our videos, seeing that you're not a member and seeing that if you haven't been watching us, maybe it'd be a good idea to start watching some of our videos and pick up some information on how to fix that. And Saratha says, good evening, everybody. How's it going? It's Saratha, number love for you. Malachi, Kale, lower the fat, protein content, unbalanced diets usually cause knuckling. Not just that. There's more to it than that. Let me just say, family, QBN Nation, let me tell you, man, I couldn't wait for today to come. I'm just super excited. We're running the contest. A bunch of y'all, I know Ella for sure has been watching the playlist. And now that we up the prize, I don't care where you are. You could be in the UK, you could be in Australia, you could be in South Africa, you could be in Texas, you could be in New York. I don't care. I'm going to fly you in here, and I'm going to pay for you to stay in a hotel. And for an entire week, we're going to be, you're going to be next to me doing whatever it is that we're going to do. We're going to be doing everything that's got to do with the dogs, social media, the whole shebang bang. All right. That's the fastest way that you can learn and hit the ground running. And so we're going to do that. I will say, however, just to be fair, you must have a valid passport in whatever country you are if you win, and you must have a way into the U.S. Like I can't say, oh, they won a prize here, make sure they get a visa. I can't do that, right? So you got to make sure you have a ways of getting in here. And if you do win, I don't care where you are in the world, I'm going to fly you in. That's how we're going to roll with it. All right, Miss Ella, number love. Hello, QBN. Hello, everybody. How you doing, Miss Ella? Thank you for stopping and saying what's up. Buff Bullies, Midwest Kennels. Do you think a runt can actually lay the foundation of your kennel? If it's your first time starting to become a breeder, yes, absolutely, Buff Bullies. Don't put too much stress on first pick or the runt. These are two things that if you're brand spanking new, they're going to kick your tail because you're going to put too much emphasis on the first pick. Don't get me wrong. If you know what you're doing and you're able to get first pick, more power to you. But when you don't know, right, that runt is as good as the first pick. I'm just letting you know right now. I've seen too many runts end up turning out to be a lot better than the first pick of a litter. Ends up being the biggest, baddest dog, and everyone is scratching their heads. And the reason they're scratching their head is because, first of all, let me explain to you what a runt is. And let me explain to you what I call a preemie, but it's really not a preemie. Let me explain to you what they are. So a true runt is a puppy who gets basically the genetic waste, right, that the others didn't get. It's a feeble, sickly little puppy that barely makes it, okay? If you don't have a feeble little puppy after 2 or 3 weeks, then that's not a true runt. I'm just letting you know. He might have been born feeble, right? I'm going to tell you right now why that happened. But it isn't necessarily a runt. It is what I like to call a preemie. But in reality, I'm also wrong for calling it a preemie because a preemie means that the pup is premature, when in reality it isn't. Let me explain to you what happens real quick. So what ends up happening here is, let's say this right here is mom's uterus, and a pup's placenta will go on top of mom's uterus. Unfortunately, the next pup that shows up, his placenta barely touches mom's uterus there because he's overlapping the placenta that's right underneath it. That puppy's only getting maybe 10% or 15% of the nutrients. So by the time it's born, it looks very feeble and weak. And thus, you think it's a preemie or you think it's a runt. But in reality, it's neither. It just had the worst luck in the world to have its placenta overlap by another placenta. And therefore, that puppy's going to be born weak. By the time that puppy's 3 or 4 weeks old, that pup should be showing you something where it starts filling out a little bit more, something. If it fills out, then you know for a fact that it is not a runt. All it was it had bad luck. If it doesn't fill out, if it's always feeble and small and smaller than the rest of the litter, no matter what, multivitamins, and no matter what you're giving the pup, it just doesn't thrive, that's a true runt. Okay, just want you to know the difference. So yeah, what ends up happening is a lot of times people overlook that one puppy that's smaller than all the other ones, because in this community, it's almost like penis envy. Honestly, it's always the biggest, the baddest. And then it turns out that this tiny little puppy ends up being the biggest, baddest of them all. And you better know as a breeder to be able to identify these things, because if you go to a litter and you see the smallest pup and you see that, say, he's only 80% the size of the others, in other words, he's 20% smaller, and you're able to ask the breeder, hey, man, do you have a picture of when they were born? Oh, yeah, we got pictures here. I'll show you. And then he shows you. And then he shows you that when this puppy was born, he was half the size of the rest of the litter. Well, think about it. If he's now only 20% smaller and at one point he was half the size, this dude is growing faster than anybody else. The only thing you need to make sure at that point is that he is healthy. So you want some sort of veterinary health certificate, or not health certificate, but what's it called? When the vet reviews the pup, examines, vet examination certificate is what I'm talking about. And you also want to see that the formation, in other words, the pups, is conformed to breed standard. So he's not east-westy, he's not high rear, he's not this, he's not that. Let me tell you something about those smaller pups. Because their development is so much slower, I have found that they have less of a tendency to develop east-west. They have less of a tendency to develop hip dysplasia. Why is it? I think it's because they grow a little bit slower, and it actually gives those soft tissue that afflict our breed, because they take so long to develop, gives them a little bit more time to develop, and therefore they don't develop those same flaws that other fast-growing puppies do. Nay D's excels, yay. Staten Island, Nay, say hello to everyone. What's doing, Raul? Nothing much, man. We're here Friday night. Dog Talk. Fredia says it's all so cool. You got it. Brayman Bulls, what up, man? Hope all is well in Texas. It is, but it's starting to heat up, man. Today, for the first time, we hit 3 digits. It was momentary. It was only for about a half hour, but we were already hitting 100. Freddie says, hello, Bully fan. What's up, guys? What is going on? Tony laughing out loud. Ella, this heat is ridiculous. Yes, Ella, it is. And it's the reason why I set up that little misting system with our little solar generator. And hey, at least, my dogs they're going to be cool. They're going to be cool no matter how hot it gets. Adam Fields says, good evening, Bully fam. What's up, Adam Fields? What's going on, brother? Let's get a little music going on here. Fields in the house, man. There we go. Not too loud. Let's get this thing going, man. Freddie says, bless your heart, Raul. That stuff hurts. She's talking about the wasp stings, man. Let me tell you. And it's itching. Both this one and the one in the middle of my back is itching like you couldn't even believe. Ouch, I hope you feel better. I will. I always try to find the positive side of things. So here's a positive, right? So, I'm a nurse. So I'm always up on like the latest studies of what and whatnot. So they found that wasp sting, not bee sting, wasp sting actually fights cancer. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I don't want to, scare anybody, but everybody has cancer cells in their body. It's a matter of is the body able to destroy it before it promulgates, and therefore, getting a wasp sting is only going to help kill cancer cells. So hey, you got to see it. You got to see it for what it is, guys. Most hated native, Raul the Q. I got them blueberry blues. Oh, he did it. I knew somebody was going to do it. Man. It was just a matter of time. And, most hated native. Now I know why you got the name you got, man, because actually it's a pretty freaking cool name, bro. I got to give it to you, man. So most hated native. Let me just tell you this, man. This one's for you.
Like blue eyes in a sea of blue, I can't stop thinking about you. The way you walk, the way you stand, the way you do you. Blueberry motherfucker, you. That's right, blue, blue, blue. Blueberry motherfucker, you. You act like you own the place. In the Cuban yard, you're far away. Blueberry motherfucker, you. Saving my nickels and dimes, taking my time so I can get my bone and structure from blueberry motherfucker, you. Gonna produce. I got to save up. I gotta invest in you. Blueberry motherfucker, you. You are the best, cleaner than the rest. Blue, 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 sweet blue. You sexy motherfucker, you. We love you, we sure do. Drink you like blueberry juice, blueberry motherfucker you. I've seen many blue dogs, but none are like you. Blueberry motherfucker you. You blueberry motherfucker you. You got me waiting and waiting, gave me the blueberry motherfucker blues.
Hey, who out there has the blueberry blues? If you do, I need you to type it up and drop it off in the comments. I'm looking for the most creative, Say, I got the blueberry blues, and that's where you're able to be creative. And whoever's the most creative, I'm going to give you a free spin at the end of the night. How about that? Anika Sambari. She is not a member. She doesn't pay the $5 a month to be a member so we can make a conversation out of this, but she definitely has a question that we're going to answer. She says, what is your thoughts on a torn knee? Well, my thoughts are, if it's torn, the way I handle it is non-surgical. Now, does that mean that all torn knees are non-surgical? Probably not. But I will say it has to be pretty freaking torn for you to not have the non-surgical option. What is my non-surgical option? My non-surgical option, it happened to my boy Power, may he rest in peace. It had snowed here, and then the sun came out. It kind of melted the snow in his cage, and then at night it froze it again. So he had like a layer of ice. The next morning when I get up, I go out there. He jumps up. I'll never forget when he came down. Him and I, we were both making eye contact when I could tell he something happened to that knee, and he started limping. So immediately he was already on raw diet, so we kept him on the raw diet. In addition to that, we had him on Nuvet. If you guys don't know what Nuvet is, it's the multivitamin. It's the only multivitamin that we use here in my yard. I'll bring it up here in a second, guys. My apologies. Oh, here it is. There you go. So Nuvet, if you want to order it, is nuvet.com, 513-237. That's our ordering code. When you order with our code, you automatically get entered for an end-of-year raffle. Whatever you buy, I'm going to give it to you for free the following year. You get 13% off with auto ship. So I have the dog on raw, specifically chicken quarters, right? Chicken leg quarters. And because I don't want just the fat and the meat. I want all that good ligaments and cartilage and whatnot. I'm giving him Nuvet, which is high in vitamin C, which is going to help him absorb the great majority of the stuff that's already there that he needs. I then put a collar on him, and anytime I was going to let him out to pee and poop and that kind of stuff, he was going to walk with me. There's no running. We did that for about 4 months. After about 4.5 months, then I let him go and run with the rest of the dogs. You could tell he was like 95%, but he wasn't 100%. By the time he was 6 or 7 months post-injury, you couldn't tell that dog had an injury. And so that's how I go about it. Okay. Angela Stevenson. One of our puppy has no get up, no energy, just not like the dad. What do I do? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if that's a newborn puppy that you're talking about, or if it's just a puppy that mopes around all day. I need you to be a little bit more specific so I can give you a better answer. Shamrock Bully Club. Good evening, everyone. We got EJ. My boy was the smallest. I got him early at 6 weeks. He ended up being 23 at the Withers. Well, one thing that you said here, buddy, that I'm not on board with you is the fact that you got him at 6 weeks. It's very unethical, not just on the breeder side, but also you as the buyer. You should not be getting puppies any younger than 8 weeks, preferably 10 weeks, but 8 weeks is still acceptable. He was quite a bit smaller too. By 12 weeks, he caught up. Yeah, that's how that goes. Marcus Piper, have you ever dealt with ringworm on your dogs? I sure have. I sure have. I'll tell you what, Marcus Piper. And today, man, I just feel like dropping gems because I got lit up by a wasp in my forehead, in the middle of my back. So back in the day, I had this blue boy, and he started getting ringworm left and right. None of the other red dogs were getting it, just this one blue dog. And I started thinking, and I'm like, okay, so let's figure this out. Ketoconazole is an antifungal. What do human beings use for antifungal, right? So then I started thinking, okay, so people usually get fungus in their feet, their nails, that sort of thing. I made it over to it was either Walgreens or CVS, and what I found was a talc powder, but it's medicated antifungal. So I got the talc powder, I put it on my dog, and then like every, 2 or 3 days, I put it back up on there. It was completely medicated on there. And let me tell you, man, it cleared in no time. It had the same stuff that tenactin, which is something that people put on their feet as well. This antifungal spray. So you could try that as well. It works pretty good. Anika Shambari says, great info. Anika, thank you so much. Anika, just so you know, if you want to become a member, go down to descriptions below. We have a link there. For as little as $5 a month, this can become a two-way conversation forever and ever, as we're always going to answer member questions before the lives are done. Always and forever. Sulema Santiago, hello, Bully fan. 14 minutes late, but I made it. Oh, you're good, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. XL Champ Cooper, at what temperature is it too hot to walk your dogs? Well, technically, right? So if you go by the book, or nowadays AI, right? If you go by AI or the book, whatever you're doing, it's going to say 85 degree. And I have to second that notion. You got to understand, American Bullies are bulky dogs. They're muscular dogs, which, believe it or not, actually makes them create more heat. And therefore, if you have a dog that's also is bulky and is also somewhat brachiocephalic, now you have, you're compounding the issue. So 85 degree is supposed to be the exact temperature. If you're below 85, say it's 84, 83, you should still be able to walk them. Also, you got to take into consideration the asphalt and the sidewalk, right? So yeah, when you go above 85 degrees, I could tell you the asphalt is like 20, 25 degrees hotter. So it could actually be burning your puppy's paws. Not only that, because the asphalt is hotter, it's hotter for the dog and harder for the dog to regulate their temperature, right? So just keep that in mind. One other thing I want to tell you as far as dog reproduction, when a dog goes above 85 degrees on a constant basis, they go, I don't want to call it heat shock because that's too strong of a word, but their body perceives that it's too hot to reproduce. And therefore, the hormones that are needed in order to make that dog reproduce they're not going to be as effective. All right. They're not going to be as abundant. So my recommendation, if you're trying to breed and you're somewhere hot, like where I'm at, you may want to keep your dog somewhere between 78 and 76 degree. That is optimum for dogs, for American Bullies, which are short-haired coat dogs. We got Ella, please help. I'm worried about my bully having ear infections. I try to clean his ears out with witch hazel and aloe water. How do I do ACV and witch hazel? Do I dry the ears afterwards? Okay, Ella, witch hazel is great, but we're not going to put it in a dog's ear. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second. So ACV, which is apple cider vinegar, guys, definitely we're going to put in the dog's ear, but we must dilute the apple cider vinegar because it's too high of acidity. You put that in the ear, And if it does not dry fast enough, it could end up actually making sores inside of the ear. So what you want to do is you want 1 part water, 1 part apple cider vinegar. Now that water, you don't want to be putting just about any water up in that ear, right? So I suggest that you boil the water, okay? And you're going to make it 1 part water, 1 part apple cider vinegar. Keep in mind, all you need is an 8-ounce cup, and all you need is about 3 ounces of water and 3 ounces of apple cider vinegar. That's going to be more than enough. Then what I do is I'll go ahead and grab, I'll show you. I'll go ahead and grab a paper towel, right? Then we're going to do this to it. And we're going to dip it in our concoction, right? Water, apple cider vinegar is going to go in there. Wait a minute. I almost forgot. You see, I almost made a mistake. I got ahead of myself. It's going to be 1 part water, 1 part apple cider vinegar, and 1 part isopropyl alcohol, preferably 91%. I know you think that 99% is stronger than 91%, but when it comes to alcohol, it doesn't work that way. So trust me on this, 91%. So you want 1 water, 1 apple cider vinegar, and 1 part isopropyl alcohol. So let's go back to the cup, that 8-ounce cup. You need 2 ounces of water, boiled water, 2 ounces of apple cider vinegar, 2 ounces of isopropyl alcohol, okay? Now, everything serves a purpose. So the water's there to dilute the vinegar. The vinegar's there to get rid of any fungi, right? It's also going to help with bacteria. And then the alcohol is going to help with bacteria, but that's not the reason we're putting it there. The reason we're adding the alcohol in there is so it can dehydrate everything faster. Because the last thing you need is a dog that has anything in their ear and for you to go ahead and add moisture. If it stays moist, it's going to grow bacteria or fungi or whatever. So that's the reason for the alcohol, is to dry it, dehydrate it as fast as possible, evaporate it, better yet. So that's the way to do it, Miss Ella. XL Champ Cooper says, did you hear about the guy who got stung by a bee in the mouth and passed away? No, but I sure hate it for that guy, man. I could, that sucks. Von Ragnar, Nicaragua, off of the nest. I guess he's talking about the nest of the wasp. Yeah, it was right in the area of the pool that I had to mess around with this robot at, man, out of all places, right? Yeah. Miss Shea Tree saying hi. Anika Shimberry cracking up. You got it, Anika. Joel Anka, much love and respect all the way from the Bronx. There you go. We got New York in the house. There you go, man. That's awesome. You got it. Ella, I got the blueberry. Let her eat blues. Ah, okay. That's somewhat creative. All right. What I should be a member? What I should be a member? Of course you should be a member. I tell people all the time, you should be a member because not only are you supporting a community, you're joining a community, right? We're going to get back to you whether you join or you don't, okay? I'm just guaranteeing that if you are a member, if you have that little symbol by your name like Miss Ella does, I'm going to answer each and every single one of your questions. Also, Miss Erica, if one day, Lord forbid, you have an emergency, you're probably going to contact me. And first thing I'm probably going to ask is, are you a member? And I'm going to ask for a screenshot of your membership. And even if it's a $5 membership, I'm more than likely to help you out and go above and beyond than if you don't have a membership. And by the way, I can tell if you did the membership right then and there so you could get an answer from me, or if you've been a member from months before. So I'm just keeping it real with everybody. I'm very transparent. Some people get pissed off because they try to play little tricks with me and they don't work. I'm being transparent up front. I'm letting you know. If you ever do have an emergency, don't think that if you become a member 5 minutes before you call me, I'm going to stop my world for you. I don't work that way. I'm just keeping it real. Nadee's XL says, hey, Shade Tree, always a pleasure to see you on the site. There you go. Shade Tree got a little fan club up in here. Raymond Bull Bully says, what should I be looking at genetically to assure I keep tight skin in my program? Brayman, look, this is an excellent question. So far, right this minute, the major genetic testers out there, Embark, I forget what it's called, the panel, something panel, even UC Davis, they don't have a tight skin identifier. They don't have it. I don't know if it's because it costs too much or they simply don't have it because there's just so many different combinations out there. But the fact is that in particular, what you're talking about right here, I will tell you, as much as I don't like phenotypically breeding, it's one of the things you're going to have to phenotypically breed. What I mean by that is phenotypical or phenotypically breeding means you're going based off what you're seeing and not necessarily what you're testing. So if you have a dog that's got tight skin, make sure you're not bringing a stud in that's got loose skin. That's the best I can tell you. All right, Miss Fredia Strevi says, Blueberry, you bad boy, you. Ooh. All right, Miss Ella, you got some little competition already. Ella says, QB and Kennel, do you have field trips to you for dog owners? Serious question. Miss Ella, I don't have field trips. But I will tell you this. Miss Ella. And I'm just keeping it real. My most fervent supporters, I will always bend over backwards for you. That's just the way I roll, right? Also, we do have a contest that's going on. And if you do win that contest, I'm going to pay for you, Miss Ella, to fly over here. I'm going to pay you $500 cash so you don't have too much of a hole, because you weren't able to work that week because you're going to be over here. And I'm going to teach you every and anything that I can. In fact, Miss Ella, I'll have you standing right here next to me while we're going live. How about that? Right? Just keeping it real with you. Angela Stevenson says it's 7 months. Okay, Angela. Angela, it could be a combination of things. She had asked what's going on with her pup. He doesn't get up and he isn't as energetic as the father. Typically, when I see something like that, maybe it's the nurse inside of me, I'm thinking that there's pathos or a disease or an issue somewhere along the ways. It could be that the doggy has something going on. I don't know if you've taken him to the vet to get checked out. In particular, I would like to get checked in that dog would be blood sugar levels and mainly blood sugar levels and liver enzyme levels. Those are the two things mainly I would want to get checked out. And I would also explain to the vet that he's not getting up. He's almost like lethargic, and see what the vet, tells you at that point. If there's any other test, and I'm pretty sure they'll figure something out because they're always trying to get paid. But it is what it is, Miss Angela. It could be that, and then if it isn't anything in the blood, like everything comes back normal, then the only other thing I could think of is something mental. A lot of times breeders will inbreed, line breed. And even when they're doing an outcross, on rare occasions, you can line up diseases that could be mental diseases. Like, believe it or not, dogs can suffer from depression. They could be mentally retarded, just like humans. It's just that the way that they show it is just very different. So just throwing that out there for you. Freddie says, Blueberry, show me what you do. All right. Y'all a little late. My bad, Queen's New Blood. Now you good. Adam Fields, under 8 weeks, is illegal in most states. Yeah. And all she does is lay around. Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely something there. A 7-month-old pup should be still a pup and rowdy and wanting to jump on things and run around and that sort of thing. Ella says, I didn't know dogs could get ringworms. Oh yeah, they can. They could get just about everything that humans get. I can tell you that right now. Angela Stevenson says she's a pit bull. Yeah. For more reason, Ms. Angela, would I take her to the vet? There's something that isn't right. Now, also, like I said, the vet may be able to do a cognitive or even neurological evaluation and see if something is up. Another thing that is possible, and I'm just throwing this out there, it's very rare, but it's possible that when she was born, there might have, she might have had a situation where she wasn't getting enough oxygen for maybe, 20 seconds, 15 seconds. And that could also affect. So just throwing that out there. G-Line saying, what up, G-Line, number love, man. Queen's New Blood says, do you plan to stud Blueberry out? Okay, guys. So Mr. Blueberry over here, my cute little feller over here. So I'm going to go ahead and say it here because I actually was contacted today by someone asking the same thing. So Mr. Blueberry, we're going to open him up. He is literally going to turn 12 months here, and I think in the next, actually July 5th. July 5th, Venezuela's Independence Day. One day after the United States of America's Independence Day, he's going to turn 1 year old, at which time he will be open to the public. We're going to go ahead and open him up. And what we're going to ask as far as stud fee is going to be $1,500. That's where we're going to start them out at. Once we get productions later on down, obviously the price will be going up. So if you're trying to get a stud muffin on board, now would be the time. I'm making you a deal of the lifetime. $1,500. You got yourself not just Blueberry, but some of the Blueberry Blues to go with it. So there you have it. Let's see. Miss Erica Shambury, I thought I was. Oh, she thought she was a member. You are not a member right now, Miss Erica. Miss Anika, my apologies. Anika, in order to become a member, I see here that you have the Facebook symbol by your picture. So I'm thinking that you're watching us through Facebook. You need to come over to our YouTube channel, QBN Kennel. Here, let me drop a banner and it'll tell you how to pretty much do it. I don't have one. So let me create it here real quick. So you go to our YouTube channel, QBN Kennel, and in our homepage, right? Let me put here homepage. You're going to find the members tab. The members tab. And then all you got to do is click on membership. And you could become a member. Now, depending what you want, if you just want $5 membership, or you come here and we talk every Friday and Monday from, at 8 p.m. CST, then that's absolutely fine. If you want something that's a little bit more hands-on, where I'll go live with you, FaceTime twice a month, I can do that as well. We have memberships for all levels. So take a look at it, and whatever suits you, by all means. Miss Ella says, will talcum powder dry your dog's skin? Referencing ringworm answer. Okay, Miss Ella, let me explain something to you. Talcum powder, right? So remember I said I bought a talcum powder, but it was medicated for it had antifungal medication in it. One thing I failed to say is I made sure that it did not have cornstarch, right? Cornstarch there. Why? Why is that? Let me just say this. There was a study from a long time ago. Don't take my word for it. You can look it up. This is me talking to you as a nurse right now, not as a breeder. But talcum powder used over long periods of time has shown to increase the possibility of cysts in ovaries. Okay, so female ovaries. So it does it to women. Keep in mind, dogs are mammals. There's a possibility that could be happening there too. So make sure, if you were to ask me, and I'm going to answer you, do not put talcum powder on your dog to keep them dry. Get medicated talc-like powder that doesn't have cornstarch. If you don't believe me, please go to AI, go to Google, whatever, do your research. Adam Fields, What is Blueberry's koi? Woo, Adam Fields. Man, I've been wanting somebody to ask me that question today. Jesus, Adam Fields, you hit it on the head. So, you know how we do it. You know, like the movie Friday, you know how we do it, right? Let me bring up the screen, and we're going to look at his koi together. So my boy Blueberry over here, where's Blueberry at? There he is. BB, his real name is BB King, by the way, with Blueberry King. But there you have it, guys. Let me make sure it's coming through on the screen because I've been known to screw it up before. There you have it. His koi is 24%. While you're at it, while we're here, I might as well go in and show you his summary. So we're going to go to health. And boom, first thing that's going to come up is a mast cell tumor. Immediately you're thinking, oh my God, my dog has mast cell tumor. Well, guess what? All American bullies for the last, I want to say year to year and a half are coming back with a mast cell tumor flag. So they're all flagged for mast cell tumor. It's not the end of the world. They're all coming back this way. Now, here's where I'm super happy. Well, before I jump there, let me just say this. Progressive retinal atrophy, CRD4, CRD1. Okay, for years, this has also been popping up just like MCT has, and it hasn't affected our breed. In fact, people have bred 2 American bullies with 2 copies of CRD4 and CRD1 and have had nothing happen. I know because since I'm the genetic guy, they love to text it over or send it via text to me so they can wag the finger in my face, where I've always said that this doesn't affect our breed. In fact, if you notice, it says identified in bagels or beagles, boykin, spaniels, and more. But that more does not include our breed. Now, the one thing I love about this dog, there's 2 things I love about him. But the first thing I really like is this, ALT activity. He's got 2 copies of the variant we tested. Now, guys, I don't have any proof. I don't have proof that ALT activity makes more muscular dogs. I don't have the proof. I'm talking about in scientific terms. All I can tell you is every time I've had a dog that only has 1 of 2 copies, they're more muscular than the rest of my other dogs. So the fact he's got 2 copies and, you know, he's looking like a little, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, just, you know, kind of feeds into my theory. So I'll just leave it at that. And then last but certainly not least, let's get out of here. Let's go to his traits. Now, you guys know I made a color video and I spoke about him, so I'm not going to go over too much. But he does have a KB in the K locus. He is a tricarrier. He is diluted. And obviously, he's got a base color that is black. Now, check this out. Here we go. Short muzzle gene. He's got 2 short muzzle genes. So that's perfect. And here's the kicker. Did I miss it? No, here it is. Here's the kicker. He's NI in the IGF-1. The IGF-1 is the insulin-like growth factor. And it's notated by either a letter N for large or a letter I for intermediate, which means small. In his case, he got one of these 2 genes from either his mom or his dad. That's a capital N for big, and a letter I from the other parent for small. So this little itsy bitsy little doggy you see here has the ability to be bred to a dog, for example, that's walking around, that's bigger, that has NI or a double N, right? On the IGF-1. So that's the beauty of this boy right here. Aside from that, I can tell you he's got an exceptional temperament. I think he's the funniest dog I've ever been around. I mean, I just sit and watch him do his thing, and all I do is crack up all day. So XL Champ Cooper says, I'm going to have to start wearing a cup. My dog's tail keeps dropping me to my knees. Oh, yeah, they'll knock over an ornament or 2, man. Diamond Cal says, will probiotics negatively affect my bulls while on Nuvet? Your opinion on probiotics, any suggestions? Not at all. Probiotics is just germs that are going to break stuff down better for your dog in the small intestine where things are absorbed. Not at all. My suggestion, it could be sour cream could work. I've always used sauerkraut, but I can tell you for the last year and a half or so, I'm buying online these little probiotic packs. They're called greenies, and I'll throw it into the sour cream, right? Or the sauerkraut, mix it and let it sit for a day, obviously in the fridge. Let it sit for a day, and then I feed it. And I'm noticing it makes it even more, it potentiates it. It makes it even more effective. Queen's New Blood Kennel says, you ever have a brindle or seal dog a part of your program? No, I have not. Would I don't breed for color, so the dog has the conformation and whatever I'm looking for, then by all means I would have it. But no, I haven't had the opportunity yet. EJ, 100%. I was young and extremely naive when I got him. Not to excuse myself, though. It was my responsibility. If you didn't find your channel, it could have been much worse. All right, EJ. Well, I'm glad you found our channel, man. I really am, bro. Caleb Weddle, what is going on, brother? What's up to you and to your lovely wife, Nakia, and your two beautiful little girls, man. Nothing but love. If you guys don't know my dude over here, Caleb Weddle, amazing guy, amazing breeder. They go on live every Tuesday night bully talk. You definitely need to go check them out. If you're not following them on Facebook, I really don't know what you're doing. You need to go and do that. Miss Ella says 3 ounce, 1 part water boiled, 3 ounce, 1 part ACV, 2 ounce, 1 part. No, not 2 ounce. They all have to be the same. So if you're gonna do 3 ounces of water, it's gonna be 3 ounces of ACV and 3 ounces of isopropyl alcohol. Okay. If you're gonna do 2 ounces, it's gonna be 2, 2, and 2. Whatever it is, it all has to be the same. Okay. The only one in any one of these that you can be off by a little bit more is going to be the isopropyl alcohol. And all that's there for is to evaporate things a lot faster. Make sure that moisture doesn't remain. I said, wait, not what? Laugh out loud. Okay. Sorry, Miss Anika. Marcus Piper says, so just the powder or the spray for the ringworms, and I have other dogs, but I keep home separated just in case. Yeah, you got to keep them separated. Ringworm will spread, man. I would spray it not just on the dog. I would spray it like if you have them say in a crate. I would definitely wash out the crate, and then once everything is nice and dry, I would spray it everywhere on the crate. If he's sleeping on anything that's material, make sure to wash it. Make sure it's well dry. And then spray it up on there, man. And then you're going to have to do that over and over again, like every three or 4 days. Louis DeMille, I was wondering where you were. Good evening, fam. Sorry I'm late. Been real busy. Glad to see you all doing well. Nothing but love, man. Appreciate you for stopping by. Nadine's Excel says wisdom panel. Yeah, I forgot. I'm getting up there. EJ says, would you ever do a case study on a different genetic test roll? Yes, and I have. And in fact, not only have I already, and I've done comparisons, I'm actually looking to do specific genetic testing, which is going to cost a lot more, and it's an entirely different process. When I get there, I will show it, and I will definitely share it with you guys. Big Pryor says, good evening, everyone. Big Pryor, by the way, my guy over here, Big Pryor, he just dropped a litter, fam. If you've seen Big Pryor's yard, you'll know it was not a coincidence that he took Best Excel. And it wasn't last year. It was the previous year in ABKC Nationals. So Big Pryor, man, make sure you take a look at his yard. He always has something amazing going on. Adam Field says, how do you personally read a pedigree? I feel a lot of people only look at the top and don't pay attention to the bottom. Well, what I do is I always look at the 2 parents before So, okay, that's a good way of putting it. But what I do is I'm going to look at, say I have a puppy. I'm going to look at that puppy's mom, and I'm going to look at dad and mom, and I'm going to try to figure out who that puppy looks more like mom or dad, right? If it looks more like, say, mom, then I put more emphasis on the grandparents, because mom is the only one that's going to pass the mitochondrial DNA. Therefore, you definitely want to keep your eyes on that line. Let me see if I have. I'd like to share an image. Let me see if it's accessible to me. It should be. Yeah, here it is. So look, let me show you guys this image. Right. So if you're looking at that image right there, if you look all the way to the left, I'm sorry, all the way to your right, when you're looking at the screen, you're going to be seeing some black rectangles. And inside of the black rectangles, you're going to be seeing circles, right? Red circles. The reason that those rectangles are black is so that when you read a pedigree, you realize that that's the mom's lineage. And that is the mitochondrial DNA that your puppy's going to be walking around with. Keep in mind, mitochondrial DNA is only passed on the female side, right? So this is why sometimes you'll get a pup, you'll buy a puppy from a particular litter, and it turns out that not only he never looks like the stud from that litter, he never passes on anything like that. It could be that female side was heavily inbred or line bred, and she overpowered him, right? So that's one of the reasons that can happen. Let me see. And Sarata says, if you can put hands on or in person of stud at show, you can tell tight skin easier. Dog being in more fit condition helps, in my opinion. Yeah, definitely. But I will say this. You can see whether a dog's skin is saggy or not if you see them in movement. I'll show you a video of my dogs, and as they're running, that's when you really, you can't hide it. I don't care who you are, you can't hide it. Miss Ella says, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us, QB and Kennel. Your love for this is much appreciated from all of us. None but love, Miss Ella. Real quick, Miss Ella, I have to say, Nadie's excels. Man, wow. I am flabbergasted, the least I could say. 20 memberships. Look, man, I'm not going to do all 20, but...
Pues claro que sí, cabrón. 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 Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón, at least 5 times. Nadie's, you already know, man. If you ever got an emergency, all you got to do is pick up the phone. That's just how I roll, man. Nothing but love. For those of you that are non-members, if all of a sudden you start seeing the membership symbol by your name, you need to thank this person right here because they pretty much paid for your membership for a month. And that's one thing I love about this community. We keep paying it forward. Guys, listen, breeding is not about just hype, getting popular, selling dogs and making money and not caring for the dogs. Breeding is about creating a community, right? If you guys have a question, go ahead and ask it. Whether you're a member or not, I'm going to give you my best shot at answering it. But guess what? If I don't get to answer it, a lot of time the community does. Because these guys that have been here for years and will continue to be here, they have heard me answer those questions in the past, and they're willing to pay it forward. And that's what it's all about. And let me just tell you, Nadie's, man, what a way to pay it forward today, this Friday. It just, I knew good things were coming, man. That wasp sting in the forehead and the one in the middle of my back, which is, let me tell you, I'm here talking, but as soon as I get off of here, I don't know, man, I'm going to grab a broomstick or something and scratch my back because that thing is itching like you can't even imagine. But Nadie's, nothing but love. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love the unity of this community. I love it how we bring it together, and I love it how we pay it forward. Nothing but love, man. Shay Tree, hello. What is going on, Miss Shay Tree? And Saratha, wow, lots of gifts. Yes, lots of gifts. Queen's New Blood says, hi, Shay. Anika, I thought I was a member. Well, Anika, guess what? You may just become a member now. But I see you're still coming in through Facebook. You should go and try come in through YouTube, and you might pick up on one of those free memberships. Wow, I love seeing the gifting members. Congrats and blessings beyond measure, love. I appreciate it. Yep. Thank you. You got it. Yeah, Nadine's excels. That's it. We got John Center saying, are you producing a litter soon, Raul? I have the app and see the Irish Spring litter. Yeah, listen, guys. Here's the deal. Right now, I have 2 females that are going to be bred. I have said it over and over again, but hey, I understand. You can't be watching all the lives all the time, right? So check it out. Let me show you who the females are, and then I'm going to give you a quick update. So we're looking at our girl, Ali, right? That's my lone XL female that I currently have. Let me get the banner down so you can see her feet. I'm not over here trying to. I'm one of them breeders that doesn't try to hide feet, guys. So if you ever see a picture and the grass is a little bit taller than what you're seeing there, I didn't mean to, honestly. But either way, our girl Ali, we're looking to breed her with this amazing boy. His name is Hector, BMBZ's Hector. We already bred to him. I consider him to be the walking breed standard. We bred him to our girl, Athena, who I feel is pretty clean and pretty correct. She's just not as bulky as, say, our girl Ali at this point. But either way, look at the pups that were coming out of this, man. I mean, just amazing stuff, right? The other girl that we're looking at that is going to be bred is going to be our girl, right? I didn't name her. I bought her, and that was her name, and we kept it. So, girl. And let me just tell you, she is an amazing girl. She is actually a Brim daughter. And here's the quick update for those 2 females. I have puffy cooters. I'm looking at puffy cooters. Now, they're not bleeding yet or none of that. They just recently started to puff. And so we're just patiently waiting, man. That's all. That's all we can do. All right. But thank you so much for asking the question, John Center. There's your answer, man. Oh, wait, one other thing. We will be posting there as soon as we get confirmation on the breeding. We'll go ahead and post on there. Marcus Piper. So what happens when you breed a tricolored classic male to XL tricolored female dog? What color should you expect? Marcus, listen, best thing you could do is go to our YouTube channel, which you're at now. Go to our homepage and look at our color video. We recently dropped let me see if I can bring it up for you. And you could definitely go in there and check it out, man. And, knock yourself out as far as, here you go. Here you go. So, yeah, you can knock yourself out as far as, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Give me a second here. I pressed the wrong button. So, and now it's forcing me to close like 10 different windows. So there we go. There we go. So let me bring it up. Here we go. So what you do, my friend, is you come here where it says search. You hit the magnifying glass and you put color and you hit enter. And look, whoa, what do you know, bro? Look at that. Look how I break it down, bro. Like a little scientist. Look, I mean, you can't ask for better than this, bro. When it comes to colors and color breakdowns, I'm willing to put my content up against anybody's. So knock yourself out. Look at the dog coat colors video right here. And I think it's going to give you more than enough answers than what you're looking for, my friend. All right. Miss Freddie Strivia, I love the community, always giving, showing. Man, that's the one thing, Miss Fredia, that keeps me going. Rick Rolin, how do you cure UTI from home? If we don't have money, can it be solved from home? One thing that I would start if I was going to do everything at home, what I would start is I would start my dog on garlic. I would make sure I crush it or slice it up, let it sit for 15 minutes, and feed it together with the food. Now, as far as dosage, I normally give one, what's it called, a tooth of garlic? Let's call it a tooth. So a tooth of garlic per 100 pounds of dog. So if it's a 50-pound dog, it would be half of one. Clove, garlic clove. There you go. Then the next thing I would do is I'd probably get myself vinegar, and it wouldn't be apple cider. It would be white vinegar, and I would mix it with water. So it would probably be 2 parts water and 1 part vinegar, white vinegar. I would make sure the water is sterile. So you must boil it. Okay. And then what I would do is I buy myself one of them nose suckers that they have for babies, the little blue little nose sucker thingy. And I would fill that up with that, and I would shoot it in there and make sure it comes back out. This way you could clean, right? You could clean some of the reproductive tract, if you will. Because that could also be causing a UTI. It all depends if you have an overlapping vulva. If it has too much skin is overlapping, then any type of secretion that comes from the reproductive tract then could end up causing a UTI as well, because it'll attract certain bacteria. So that's probably what I would do. Ella says antifungal medications, talc like powder without cornstarch. Got it. Yes, ma'am. And Saratha says, I think something like monostat cream would work on ringworm as its antifungal might, but I have never done it. So Google it or check it out first. Now, in Saratha, the only reason I would never recommend a cream, let me rewind. I would recommend a cream, but just hear me out. Make sure the dog can't lick it. That's the reason for the powdering, because the dog never wanted to lick itself, right? But when you put the cream, if it's in an area where like the paw or something, they'll come up and lick it, and then yeah, not bueno, not good. EJ said should get different size tricolor pups depending on what color they are and what they hold recessively. You can work out what type of tri. Yes, absolutely. Also, so you know, we have a color chart that anybody can buy if they wanted to, and it breaks down. It breaks everything down for you. Literally a 3-year-old could follow the chart and figure out, you know, what colors you got. And from there you could figure out what colors you could get. By the way, EJ just became a member. Nothing but love, EJ. Here we go.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón. Every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. CST, we do this, man. Nothing but love. That's why I love this community, man. Raul sharing all the sauce tonight. Not all of it, man. I'm just throwing something out there. Nadine's XL says, so will you at some point link up with Aria and stud one of her pups? Well, Nadine's, look, man, I have nothing but respect for Aria. I love the fact that she has the very first XL with a premium pedigree. Can you imagine that? We've had all these big old breeders producing everything under the sun, and obviously they couldn't get the premier pedigree because it didn't exist back then. But then my question is, why are you not getting it now? And why are we cloning dogs, but we're not showing people the genetics behind the dogs that we currently have? So that's the story for another day. But nonetheless, I got nothing but respect for Aria. But here's the thing. I really like the fact that Aria has done things the way she has, and that the Brazilian bull has totally wiped out the image of the Mastiff or the Mastiffy XLs that were being pushed down our throats by these big breeders. So what happened is Aria raised the bar for everybody, which I'm glad to see. Now, a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, I decided to pivot because I wanted to produce XLs that didn't have any Mastiff in them, right? So whether Aria did what she did or she didn't, I already had my prerogative from over a year ago. And so I'm saying all that to tell you this. My breed is American Bully XL. That's the breed. Well, American Bullies in general, but American Bully XL is what I really like. And therefore, that's what we're going to shoot for. And even though I would never rule out using a Brazilian further down the line, I feel that this is the best opportunity that all American Bully XLs have to up their game and take it to another level, right? And so that's, I've told Aria, my dream, Aria, is to be able to step into the ring with you with the very best representation of a Brazilian Bull and me with the very best representation of an American Bully XL. And let's see what happens, right? And so that's what I'm shooting for. That's what I'm shooting for. IG says, thanks, Raul, for all you do. Number love, IG. Give us a share, give us a like, give us a comment. Come on. And everybody's saying, hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Would you breed 2 dogs that carry CMT? And that's the CMT. You mean mast cell tumor, MCT? I think you meant MCT. Please clarify. I'm going to answer this question as if though it was mast cell tumor. And the answer would be yes. The answer is yes. I've already spoken to Embark. They've told me that is a marker that is showing up for the breed. But you got to realize, and this is where a composite breed like ours has a huge advantage genetically, right? So say, for example, right? You need this much genetic code in order for CMT or for MCT, mast cell tumor, to actually affect your dog. And it comes from, say, I don't know, a bulldog, right? Well, the beauty of our breed is we didn't start out with bulldogs. We started out with pits and staffies. So what ends up happening is you actually break the genetic chain and you only have this part of it in your dog's DNA. But you need the whole thing in order for it to actually happen. But your dog is only part bulldog. It isn't full bulldog. So therefore, your dog carries the marker, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it carries the entire of the pathology. Can it happen? Yes, it can. Is it likely? No, it's not. So my answer would be yes. Dracula, how much does Blueberry weigh and how tall is she? Okay, so, man, you hit me where it hurts, man. You can't tell a breeder a male dog is a she. Hold on. No, weenie doesn't show there. Maybe on this one. Hold on. Let me just bring it up, man, because that was a low blow, man, Dracula. I know you didn't mean to. You can barely see it there, but it's there. He's a male. And I would say he is anywhere between 14 and a half and 15 inches at withers. He's weighing right now close to 63 pounds is where he's at right now. Keep in mind, he's only 11 months old. So we all know that these little pockets, they really start pouring it on by the time they're hitting 2. Nadies, XLs. What about blue indigo for ringworm? I've never tried it. Again, as long as the dog can't reach and lick it, if it works, it works. IG says, any advice about what I should be doing with my 10-week-old blue as far as food, training, and care? IG, man, all I can tell you is watch our videos. Go to our homepage, and then you could put on here like puppy diet. Let's see what happens when you type in puppy diet. Okay, look, we got food experiments, puppy nutrition for first-time owners, top 5 raw foods that skyrockets your dog's health, best dog food brands 2025, is Origin the best dog food, raw dog food diet for dogs, best American Bully dog food toppers, best dog food review, first-time guide to feeding American Bully puppies mush. Can your dog eat that? I mean, come on, guys. Anything you want. Just head over to our homepage, go to that magnifying glass. Let me show it to you one more time because I'm sure somebody's like, what did he say? Look, you go to our homepage, you go to the magnifying glass, right? And you type in whatever you want. For example, pyometria. What this thing does, and it's amazing, what it does is it's able to search all the words that were said or used. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Pyometria. Is it pyometria? Okay. Well, for some reason that's not coming up. That's crazy because I've talked about it before. But I don't know. Let's come up with something else. High rear. How about that? High rear. So you type in, say high rear, and look. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, we are anywhere I said high rear, it's going to be coming up for you. And as you can see, I said high rear many, 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 many times. So it all comes up. So whatever you're looking for, just go to our homepage, go here. Look, Easty, Westy. Boom. You click on that and look. You got shorts. If you don't want to sit there and watch a whole video, you got shorts. You got full video breaking down everything that's got to do with the whole 9 yards. That's all you got to do, my friend. So when you got questions like that and you're looking for advice, QB and Kennel, homepage in YouTube, go to the magnifying glass, type it up. Big Power Bully says, appreciate you. I appreciate you more, man. Nothing but love for you, your wife, and your kids, man. Nothing but love for you guys. Queen's New Blood says, what are your thoughts on Golden Bear and Grand Champion Samson's son? Look, I don't follow big names. I follow, like, how do I put this? Because I don't want to take a shot at the dog either. It's not the dog's fault or the owner's for that matter. But me, like, I'll flip through social media. And, you know, when I was flipping one day, I came across and I saw this dog right here. And what's crazy is he had maybe 5 likes on the picture that had been up for like a month. And I'm like, how in the hell is this dog only getting 5 likes? Right? Because the thing is, this community does not reward good conformed dogs. What they do is they follow the first sheep heading in a direction like a herd, right? That's the best way I can say it. So no shot at that dog whatsoever. Queens, if you want to go ahead and send me a picture of that dog, send me a pedigree. Give me, if you can, a front stack and a side stack on the dog. I'll be more than happy to give you a full-blown review. But, you know, to just ask me that, like, I can't tell you off the top of my head what the dog looks like. I don't remember. I mean, I know who Samson is, but show me the picture of the dogs. DM me with that, and I'll be more than happy to give you my info. Let me hear some Blueberry Blues, says Queen's New Blood. And he did it for the second time, and I have no choice. Whenever it is asked, I shall play.
Like blue eyes in a sea of blue, I can't stop thinking about you. The way you walk, the way you stand, the way you do you. Blueberry motherfucker you. That's right, blue, blue, blue. Blueberry motherfucker you. You act like you own the place. In the QB and yard, you're far away. Blueberry motherfucker you. Saving my nickels and dimes, taking my time so I can get my bone and structure from Blueberry motherfucker you. I know you're gonna produce. I got to save up, I gotta invest in you. Blueberry motherfucker you. You are the best, cleaner than the rest. Blue, 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 sweet blue. You sexy motherfucker you. We love you, we sure do. Drink you like blueberry juice. Blueberry motherfucker you. I've seen many blue dogs, but none are like you. Blueberry motherfucker you. gave me the blueberry motherfucker blues.
Man, let me tell you something. When my peoples are asking for the blueberry MF for blues, you got to play it, man. That's it. It's as simple as that. Oh, look at this. We got Queen's New Blood member for 5 months. You see that part right there? For 5 months? That's what I see whenever I ask you to send me a screenshot to confirm if you are a member. Just keeping it real, because there's always somebody trying to shortcut everybody. It's been that long, man. Number love, Queens, and appreciate you, your support. Also, you're radioactive up in here, man. I love your energy. Keep coming at it. Keep bringing it, man. Number love. Let's see. Well, I let you hear it. Let's get it. Bully fan said Looney Tune. There you go. Anika Sambari, love your knowledge. Nothing but love. I love it, and I love sharing it. And I would hope that all of you that are watching us, any information that you're able to gain, that I'm able to provide for you, guys, pay it forward. Give it to that new guy. Give it to the next person. Give it to that person you see it on Facebook that's asking for help. And, you know, people are just making fun of them. You know, let them know, hey, look, man, if you're trying to fix knuckling over, I heard somewhere. If you want to say I heard from the Q, great. I heard it from QBN. Lower the protein to about 13%. Your pup's going to be fine in about 3 weeks. If you want to do that, fine. If you don't want to name me, that's fine too. But make sure you pay it forward, man. Nadie says, love the community, brother. That's it. And the community loves each and every one of us because I'm part of you guys, man. I just happen to be the guy with the camera tonight, man. Cody Boone, number love. Most hated native. My male's 4.5 years old. What is considered his prime for breeding? That's an excellent question. I believe he's still in his prime. Here's the thing. XLs, which are, you know, there's various classes in the American Bully. You got the pockets, the classic / standard, and then you have the XLs. Well, the bigger the dog is, the longer it takes to kind of reach its pinnacle, reach its height. So I don't want to say that your dog is still in its prime and then you got to say a pocket running around. But this is what I think. I think that 2.5 to about 6 in the XL world, that dog is still in its prime. I'm talking about sperm count. I'm talking about its look, its structure, muscularity, that sort of thing. I would say pockets, and I'm just going to take a guess. I'm not 100% sure. This is the first time I've ever had pockets, so I really can't speak with the same authority. My guess would be prime. I would think a pocket could reach its prime somewhere around 1.5 to 2 years at the earliest. And I want to say about 5 years old. I could be off, you know, but somewhere around there. Standards, same thing, about 2 years old, probably hitting the prime of their life to about 5.5. That's my best guess, man. Jonathan Puentes from Cleveland, Texas, always tuning in. There you go, my brother. That's my neighbor. That's my neighbor. Hey, Jonathan, bro, don't be giving me any ideas, man, because, bro, if you only seen the wasp that bit me, if you want some extra money, bro, let me know. I'll let you know what I need done, and you can deal with the wasp for me, bro. Dracula Kennel, how much does Blueberry weigh? How tall is she? Okay. That's fine. We already explained that, and it was corrected. No worries. He's somewhere between 14.5 and 15. He's weighing about 63 pounds right now. And he's just, every day that goes by, he just looks, it's just, you could see something is happening, right? It's just so subtle, but it's happening. Javier Noriega, Puffy Twats, good sign. That's it, man. That's it. I call him Cooters, though. Sulema Santiago, girl is my girl. Let me tell you, this girl, she's won a special place in my heart. She is the most innocent dog I have in my yard, guys. Like, she is so innocent. And what's funny is recently she's starting to come out of her shell, out of innocence. I bought her when she was already 15 months old. So she was already pretty much almost an adult. But, you know, this girl, for example, Sunshine, would just come up to her and take her bone, her little Nyla bone or whatever. And girl would just sit there and, you know, look at me like, what happened? Or can you go get it for me? Now she not only takes the bones from all the other dogs, but she hoards them. And I love it because, you know, she's come out of her shell. Anika says, okay, does it say I'm a subscriber now? Well, Anika, look, we're live. And look, Miss Sulema, right? She's on YouTube. I know she is because it has that YouTube signal. YouTube symbol. And she has the membership tab. But in your case, right, you have the Facebook symbol. So you're tuning in through Facebook, not YouTube. In order for me to see that you're a member, you need to come in through YouTube. You need to have the YouTube symbol by your name and not the Facebook symbol, is what I'm trying to explain to you. John Center, thank you. I'll reach out to you and get on that XL breeding. I appreciate the info. Much love from Austin. Austin, Texas, right around the corner. We got Louis DeMille. Hey, Raul, I got me an XL Tri male puppy. He is 5 months old. You guys may have been right. Only time will tell. I'm becoming very fond of the XL Bully puppy. Oh, yeah. I already told you, bro. Once you own an American Bully, it's game over. You're not owning anything else. I just got, he's amazing. He has a great personality. All right, Louis. Do me a favor, Louis. Do me a favor. When you fall completely in love with him, become a member of this channel. Okay. You're not forced upon it. I'm just saying you heard it here first that you were going to fall in love with the bully and that you're not going to own anything else but a bully. I told you, man. So, you know, right now you kind of seem like you're still in denial. I give it about another week. All right. And in another week, I want to see you become a member, right? Even if it's for a month, just so that, you know, you heard it here first, man. You got to give us our dues, man. Number love. I appreciate you, man. All right. VBXK Bullies LV just became a YouTube member. Hold on, man. Let me give you some love. Let's give you some QBN Kennel.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
It's claro que sí, cabrón. Love. We're on here every Monday and every Friday at 8 PCST answering all your dog questions, man. Love having this conversation. Love being a part of this community, man. You guys are making it great. We got Matthew Mata. Hey, when will you have any puppies? Matthew's like, hey, bro, what are you having little puppies? You're out here yapping at the lips and no pups running around. What's up, bro? Well, Matthew, I already spoke earlier how we're going to have our girl Ali, our XL female, and our standard female girl. They're going to be bred to Hector, who I consider to be the walking standard. I just love that boy, man. Look, man, number love. I mean, look at the top line on this thing. Look at the rear angulation on that thing. Look at the elbow to chest ratio on that thing. Look at the crest on the neck. Look at the occiput. Look at the stop. Look at the muscle. Come on, man. Look at the group on this dog. Come on, man. Come on. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. So, yeah, that breeding is coming. Download QBN app. As soon as we do the breeding, I will be posting it on the app. We'll start accepting deposits, and we'll take it from there. All right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get it. Sulema says, 57 watching, only 36 likes. Let's share some love and support. Sulema, I appreciate you for calling it out. Okay, by the way, I did not forget, Miss Fredia. I did not forget Miss Ella. All right? So I said I wanted to hear somebody write something that was creative when that MF for word came up on the Blueberry MF for Blues song. And those were the only two responses, so I'm going to give both of them a spin. That's how we going to roll, man, because, hey, this is the cue, man. This is your house, right? So, first and foremost, Miss Ella, here we go. This one's for you, Miss Ella. Let's go. Let's go. What do you get? 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 Oh, no. No, 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 no. All right, Miss Sella. Hey, you took a shot. That's what matters. You took a shot. All right, here we go, Miss Fredia. Here we go, Miss Fredia Strevi. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Stop, 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 stop. There it is. So, dang it. Dang it. Dang it, Jim. All right. Hey, we tried. We tried. I appreciate you guys throwing your hats in the ring. None but love. Do you know if the IGF-1, I think that's right, the size 1, is more rare in XLs? No. Let me explain. IGF-1, all dogs have. You either have a letter N for big or an I for small or intermediate, better yet. But it relates to small. So you could have most XLs are going to be at minimum NI. Let me give you a couple of examples of dogs that I have or have had in my yard that are NI versus double N. So you guys could see the difference, okay? So, for example, my boy 305, he is NI. Our girl Athena that I bred to Hector, okay, she is NI, okay? My girl Ali, however, this girl right here, she is double N, okay? She is double N. She's markedly bigger, more boned, and more muscular than my NI dogs, okay? For example, my girl Chanel, she is NI. My boy Congo, he's NI, okay? My boy Fireball, so some standards as well, he's NI. Now, let me give you an example. So what happened when I bred Fireball? So the N is for large. So he has one of his 2 genes is N for large, and the other one is I for small. I bred him to a female that was NN, my girl Azu, may she rest in peace. So he was producing these monsters, right? Some of them were NI, but some of them were double N. Like, this is one of the dogs that he produced. This picture was taken of this dog at 10 months. Okay, now, this dog is somewhat mastiffy. I get it. The jowls, I get it. But nonetheless, the musculature on this dog was twice the size of Fireball by the time he was a full-blown adult, right? So that's why having the knowledge of, does your dog have double N? Is it an I? What it is really important, because then you're able to project what it is that you're going to be getting. Okay. Let's see. Miss Ella says, I would love to build something inexpensive outside with a Mr. fan. I wish I could have a Mr. inside of my house. Yeah, you could definitely build something inexpensive, like that little fan I did on my short. I think it cost $100, and it already has the misters built in. And you could actually set it up in a shaded area where a dog's going to be. If you could plug it into an electrical cord, or if you don't have that where you got the dog at, you could always buy an inexpensive solar generator with a panel. I have a 200-watt panel. I could actually connect to that. And if sunlight is hitting it, this thing could be blowing pretty much for the whole day. Without it, like you saw on the short, it could blow for about 4 hours. Queen's New Blood said, nope, it's fine. Just like hearing honest thoughts on some dogs. You got it, man. Number love, Queen's New Blood. And again, if you send me that picture over, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get an honest score from me. What number should I send it? I still have Hollywood's, or send it to another. Well, this is what you do. You download QBN app, QBN app, right? There it is, QBN app. Whether you have an iPhone or an Android, it doesn't matter. Play Store or Google, what is it? App Store or Google Play Store, it doesn't matter. It's absolutely free. Once you download it, go down to consult. Once you download it, go down to consult and click on there. And then sooner or later, the text is going to come up where you could text me directly. And I receive the text directly at that point. And just send it over. Tell me who you are. I'll figure it out. And then we could go from there. Okay. So it's really that simple. Love this song, says William Fox. Thank you. Thank you. I made it with AI. I didn't do the singing, but I did do the typing. Queens New Blood says, same, by far my favorite theme song for a dog. You know, what's funny is I've been wanting to make one for all of my dogs, but I just haven't had the time. But definitely the next one I'm going to make, more likely than not, is going to be for my girl Sunshine. Sunshine is just, let me just say, man, she has been special ever since she got here. And I'm not talking about just the way she looks. I mean, she definitely, you know, that's why I got her. She was a special little puppy. But by the way, she champed out at, what was it, 6 months and 17 days. So she's champion Sunshine, but she has just stolen my heart, man. She is everything the word sunshine means. Let me just put it that way. Raul with the move, says EJ. Hey, man, you know, I got some, you know, people don't know this. People don't know this, but I'm half black. I'm half black. But when I tell black people in America I'm half black, they like, hold on, man. You got to show me some dance moves to verify your blackness. And I'm like, well, hold up, man. Just because I said I'm half black doesn't mean I'm black or half black from America. I'm half black Venezuelan and half white Cuban. That's what I am. And so, but nonetheless, man, we move. We got a little bit of moves in us. VBXK Bully says, if you ever come to Vegas and go to Hoover Dam, you'll hear this sound at least twice. I hope. Oh, you're talking about Blueberry Blues? You have an ability to play it? I would love for you to play it. Ella says, anybody in here have a Dollar Tree version of an outside sanctuary for a dog to temporarily hang out in? I'm gonna create something one day. She's cracking up. Miss Ella, it really doesn't take much. Look, if you can go to Home Depot and get 4x4s, right? About 5 feet tall, and go ahead and get yourself 2x4s that would cover a perfect square area. And those 4x4s, you have somebody dig holes, put the 4x4s in, put cement in there, and then put the 2x4s at the very top. That's it. That's all you need. That's all the dog needs for shade. So just an idea. Sulema, I'm falling in love with Blueberry Blues. You know what I'm talking about. Sulema, I do know what you're talking about. Sulema, and let me just tell you this, Sulema. There's not much to think about. In my opinion, I showed today what his koi is, what his health is, and everything else he's got going on. That's all I'm going to say. There's not much to think about, in my opinion. All right. Insurata says, I've got to find physical and mental activity for my dogs for summer. It's way too hot. They just want to go potty and come in. Insurata, hear me out. Hear me out. I don't know if you can or you can't. So if you can't buy a little fan like I got, fine. Find yourself one of those fans that can blow really hard, and you could buy yourself a misting system. They cost for less than $20 on Amazon. All it is a little plastic little plastic hose that you could put in a circle formation and tie it with tie wraps. And you plug it independently to away from the fan. So turn the fan on first. Then you turn on the misting system to your hose. And it's going to blow. And trust you me, wherever it's blowing hard, there's like a 25-degree temperature drop. This allows your dog the ability to go run, chase after a ball. And when he brings it back, he can come chill out for a little bit, catch his breath, catch his wind, and then go do it again. Okay. The lid converter, Jeremiah. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Jeremiah. The lid convert. Oh, you're talking about the video. The video we dropped. The lid converter for the flies. Is that what you're referring to? I bought it at Tractor Supply. It cost about, I want to say $5. but you also got to buy the you got to buy another fly trap. It's got a little piece on top for another $5, and then that's how you put it together. Cooter, Adam Fields. Every time I say Cooter, he giggles. Timothy J. Hill, que onda? First time breeding for us, going on soon. When should I start doing PG tests? First time breeding. As soon as she drops blood, maybe, at most, I would wait maybe 48, 72 hours, 2 to 3 days, and then do your first PG. And then you want to follow one about 48 to 72 hours after that, so you can have an idea how fast she's coming up. You might even have to do a third one. Queen's New Blood, swimming pool is good. And balancing too, also some interactive toys. Yeah, absolutely. If you could get them in the water, swimming is always good for dogs. EJ, Cooter always makes me chuckle. I never heard it before. Well, you heard it here, man. You heard it here. Nadine says, I absolutely love Girl. I love her temperament. Listen, I do too. She is so chill, so relaxed. For example, Sunshine. I'm going to start making videos showing you guys each one of my dog's personalities. Like a day in the life of Sunshine. This way you could see what she's like, and so on and so forth. Sunshine is very much in your face. Like if I sit on the sofa, she'll come running, she'll jump on there, even though I told her she's not supposed to. Hey, Dad, I want to get petted. I want to get tickled, whatever. She's all up in your face. Girl isn't like that. Girl, she'll walk next to my sofa where I'm at. She'll walk up and she'll look at me, try and make eye contact, and wait for me to tell her, get up here. And then she'll get up here and do whatever. So it's just amazing how they have different personalities. Real quick here, we got ourselves another member. What in the world is going on today? Danny Smith. Danny Smith, nothing but love. Appreciate you for joining.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Claro que sí, cabrón. We go live every Monday and Friday at 8 p.c.st. Dracula. Yes, all the way from Romania.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón. Thank you for joining us every Monday and Friday. We're on 8 p.c.st. We will answer all member questions all the time. All right. Let me see. Miss Fredia says, I love you, Raul. I love you back. I love everybody watching, man. Nothing but love. Love this community. I love the vibe. I love what we're creating, man. I really do. We have Heather Briseño. I always encourage people to DNA test and check out QB and Kennels. There you go, Heather. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you telling them to check out QB and Kennels, but definitely for the love of the breed, everybody should be telling people to DNA test, man. Danny Smith, just had my first litter, had questions out about ABKC paperwork. Well, absolutely, Danny. Shoot, man. We can answer that. I'd love to answer your questions. This way we can answer questions for many others that are watching. VBX Bullies saying, what's up? Nothing but love, man. Nothing but love, man. Appreciate you. Ella, how or what is the best way to deal with shedding? What type of brush should I be using? Collie looks like Girl as far as color. Oh, you're talking about your Girl Collie. Okay. Look, I might just make a video about that. I'm starting to make more DIY videos just to change things up because I don't want people to be getting bored. We just bought this vacuum cleaner for dogs that shed, which is super cool. And you turn it on, and at first Girl was afraid of it, but now when I start rubbing it all over her, she tickles, and you see her lifting her paw and doing this right here because it tickles her. So she likes it at this point. So that, and if you want a dog to stop shedding, one of the things I would suggest you add to their diet is eggs, sardines. These type of things help with hair. But I will also say when you're transitioning from spring to summertime, dogs will finish shedding their winter coat to bring in their summer coat. There's probably not much that you can do. Miss Freddie, I love you too. Ella, I'm still a winner with all the knowledge I'm receiving on this channel. That's it. You can't lose. You can't lose. If you leave this live, whether you're catching us live or you're catching us on the replay on your way to work, from work, taking the kids to soccer practice, whatever the case may be. If you learned something today, that's already a plus. That's already a win. It's as simple as that. And that's the reason you need to tune in every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. because we're going to one-up you every single time. I guarantee it. Sulema says, what do you think about do a blueberry and girl litter? All right, Sulema. So Sulema, you're messing it up. You're messing it up, Sulema. You are because you're letting out the secret out the bag, right? It's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen now. Girls' first breeding, this girl right here, girls' first breeding is going to be with Hector. There's no way around that. But after we're done with Hector, yeah, she is going into, or Blueberry, better yet. Yeah, I hope Blueberry's the one, right? Yeah, Blueberry's the one that'll be going into her. And I'm going to say something that you guys probably don't know about Blueberry and girl, right? So, Blueberry is a Brim grandson, right? Girl is a Brim daughter. Girl is Blueberry's auntie, half auntie, which is perfect for breeding. So, yes, guys, that will eventually happen. So, thank you, Salema. I was just messing around. Thank you for bringing it up. Nadie says, yeah, me too. My mama was Cubana, got ties. Ah, there you go, Nadie. Hey, okay, well, I said it. You know how we roll, man. Ella says, oh, shoot, Raul just gave me a blueprint to build something. It's on and popping now. Thank you. You got it. Just look, Miss Ella, if you get a chance, take a look at our videos. And even the video that I made today, you're going to notice my dogs are on a goat ramp, right? I'm the one that started the goat ramp. No one even had an idea what a goat ramp was when I started breeding. But nonetheless, just setting up a little goat ramp helps your dog in summertime to exercise going up and down the goat ramp, whether it is jumping up and down or going up the ramp. And underneath that ramp, you could set up whatever you want to cool the dog. Just giving you a heads up. Nadine's Papa's history has been here in the States since 1732. Whoa. That's deep, man. But once you got Cuban blood, it's game over. I'm pretty sure you have a tendency to prefer pork over beef. And that's the Cuban in you, man. And your coffee, you probably like it strong with a lot of sugar. And when you hear salsa, bro, you start doing the dance. It's part of it, man. Inserata says, I will try that, Raul. You got it. Albedaya stud. I'm sorry, man. Albedaya stud. What's your thoughts on trying a good standard on an XL? I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I think it's what American Bully XL breeders need to do and are starting to figure out and do it. Rather than going after the big Mastiff, bro, F the Mastiff. I think people are realizing that we were being fed Mastiff with all this freaking hype. And now if you bought from those kennels that were feeding you Mastiffs, you now have a worthless dog in front of you. I'm just keeping it real with you, man. Javier, I hear Cooter and the cop on Dukes of Hazzard comes to mind. Hilarious. Hey, what can I say, man? I used to watch that when I was growing up as a kid. Adam Fields, Romania, hit me up, Dracula Kennel. I got a boy from over there and would like to know more about what y'all got going on over there. There you go. There you go. Queen's New Blood. He'll probably breed a Hector. He'll probably breed a Hector, a girl daughter to Blueberry. That will probably happen too. Yeah, bro. We're going to do a lot of crisscrossing, bro. Like, honestly, right now, QBN, we sit and pat. But if you knew QBN back in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you knew that we were crisscrossing. We were modifying things. We were trying to make things better. That's how we do it. Right now, we just got to sit and wait. We're going to sit and wait, and we're going to be patient, but when the time comes, yeah, we're going to hit it. Ella says eggs, 1 or 2 hard-boiled eggs, sardines, like 1 can from a Dollar Tree daily. I'm sorry, I'm new at this and not clear on how much, how often. Okay, Miss Ella, I would recommend that you Google that information, because what happens is that is weight based. So if I say, yeah, 1 egg a day and sardines, first of all, you don't feed a dog an egg every freaking day. You feed it, at most, I feed my dogs Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's when they get eggs. They get, my females that are coming in heat right now, they're getting a little bit more sardines than the rest. But typically, what I would do is a can of sardines, I split it between Ali and Girl. Now, Girl's not the smallest girl. She's a standard. She's about, what, 72 to 74 pounds right now. Ali's a 100-pound female. And I'm splitting a can between the two. So if your dog is weighing less than that, you definitely need to give a little bit less. Also, you got to make sure your dog doesn't have any type of bleeding issues, because the sardines, because of the omega-3 and the fish oil, is going to actually make your dog's ability to clot a little bit harder. Okay. Danny Smith, stud is registered. Female has still not been registered, but I do have application for permanent registration. Should I register the dam first or do both with the litter? So the stud is registered. The female still not been registered, but he does have the application for permanent registration. I would just do that first. Get her permanently registered. You're going to have to do that regardless. That's the order. You're going to have to get her permanently registered in order to be able to register the litter. So just get her permanently registered, and then you apply for the, or don't apply, you download the litter registration. Ella says, Goat Ramp, great idea. Thank you. You got it. Number love. Adam Fields, we about to get this then on and popping. There you go. Sulema, I guessed it. My bad. I can read your thoughts. Sulema, you're dangerous, Sulema. You're dangerous. Nadis, yeah, he says, yup, to all the Cuban stuff I was talking about. Ella says, okay, Callie, he's 53 pounds. I put salmon oil on his food daily. Then that should be enough. You don't need to add sardines. I was saying sardines because I didn't know that you were giving some sort of fish oil. If you're giving fish oil, whatever that bottle or whatever container comes in, whatever it says, the amount that you got to be giving for his weight, continue doing that. And then I would add an egg 3 times a week. And that will definitely get that hair gleaming, the fur gleaming. So, guys, let me say it has been an amazing night. I don't think that I can remember of where we had so many members come on one night. It's just been amazing. I really thank you. Thank this community. Danny Smith, thanks, Raul. You're the best. No, bro, you're the best. We're all the best together. This is why I like setting this up as a community, because even though I'm going to give you my experiences, what I know and whatnot, I don't know everything. And there's a lot of people in here in this community and in this chat, and people that will watch us not even live, that will also have a lot of information to share. And I hope you guys use my platform to be able to share it so we can make this not just a better community, but a better breed all the way around. See, I learned that salmon oil from you too. There you go. There you go, Miss Ella. EJ, appreciate all the info. You got it, guys. Listen, it's been a great live. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. As soon as I get off this live, I'm gonna scratch this back. I mean, I don't know. I might just grab, I don't know, a broomstick, like I said earlier, and use it to scratch my back. But tell you what, we're gonna leave the night. We're gonna leave the night with Blueberry Blues. And like I said, just in case you guys didn't hear me, we are opening up Blueberry as of July 5th for $1,500 stud fee. That's where we're going to start them out. So jump on it while you can, because once his pups drop and they're fire, yeah, things are about to change after that. Any spins tonight? We already spun. I gave everybody a chance to be creative with the Blueberry Blues song. Freddie Strivia says, yes, sir. Thanks for everything you do. Appreciate you and appreciate our bully family. Till next time. You got it. Well, hey, look, thank you for the live. Hope you heal quick. Oh, yes, me too. Listen, don't leave. We're going to play the Blueberry Blues. We're going to dance to it while I put the last of the comments.
Like blue eyes in a sea of blue, I can't stop thinking about you. The way you walk, the way you stand, the way you do you. Blueberry motherfucker you. That's right, blue, blue, blue. Blueberry motherfucker you. You act like you own the place. In the Cuban yard you're far away. Blueberry motherfucker you. Saving my nickels and dimes, taking my time so I can get my bone and structure from Blueberry motherfucker you. I know you're gonna produce. I got to save up, I gotta invest in you. Blueberry motherfucker you. You are the best, cleaner than the rest. Blue, 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 sweet blue. You sexy motherfucker